boy was born into a family where education had no importance. In his town, teaching children only meant that they should learn basic counting and calculation. Apart from adding and subtracting money, education had no value there, but this boy was revolutionary by birth. He rebelled against his family and took admission in high school. There he studied many theories and later brought a revolution to the whole country. This was a revolution that changed China forever. The boy's name was Mao Zedong. He introduced communist ideology in China and permanently established a communist government, which still rules China today. However, during his radical reforms and attempts to make China an industrial power, Mao became a cruel dictator and caused the deaths of millions. You will be surprised to know that between 1958 and 1962, due to the Great Leap Forward policy, more than 45 million innocent people died. Mao Zedong is like two sides of a coin. Everyone sees him from their own side. Let us understand who Mao Zedong really was and how he completely changed China. Mao Zedong was born on the 26th of December 1893 in a small village called Shaoshan, in Hunan Province, China. He had two brothers, Zemin and Zitan, and one adopted sister named Zexiu. His father, Mao Yichang, was a farmer and one of the wealthiest farmers in Shaoshan. He was very disciplined and often strict with his children. Mao was deeply troubled by his father's harsh behavior, and because of this, their relationship was very bad. Mao's mother, Wen Kaimei, was a religious woman and had a calm nature. From a young age, she tried to make Mao a Buddhist, but she was unsuccessful. In 1901, at the age of 8, Mao started going to Shaoshan Primary School, where he was taught traditions and moral values. In 1906, when Mao was only 13 years old, his father arranged his marriage with a 17-year-old girl named Luo Yixu. Mao refused to accept the marriage and rejected her as his wife. Luo was deeply shocked, and within 4 years of the marriage, she died. Mao always loved studying, but after completing primary school, his father forced him to leave school and work on the farm. Although Mao helped his father in farming, his heart was always rebelling against parental authority and wealthy elites. Because of the marriage incident, Mao left home at the age of 13 and went to Changsha, where he started his high school education. During this time, Mao became interested in political and cultural reforms and was influenced by thinkers like Liang Qichao and Sun Yat-sen. He also became interested in military affairs. Japan was continuously attacking China and occupying major areas. These attacks awakened revolutionary feelings among the Chinese people, and they began demanding a republican government instead of monarchy. Many revolutions took place. Sun Yat-sen became a famous public figure. After returning from America, Sun formed a revolutionary alliance and started publishing a newspaper called Menli Bao, which greatly influenced Mao. During the Shanghai Revolution, Mao opposed President and General Yuan Shikai's monarchist government and joined a rebel army. However, he never had to use weapons and soon left the army. The Qing dynasty, which had ruled China for 276 years, was overthrown, and the Republic of China was established, but Yuan Shikai remained in power. Mao was expelled from several schools, so he spent most of his time in the Changsha Library. There he read philosophers like Adam Smith, Rousseau, and Spencer. He was most inspired by Friedrich Paulsen. After completing graduation, Mao moved to Beijing and worked as an assistant librarian at Peking University. There he met Li Dezhou, a communist thinker. Li Dezhou published articles supporting Lenin's October Revolution. Later, in July 1921, along with Chen Duxiu, the Chinese Communist Party CCP was founded. Mao worked as a teacher, but continued protesting against corrupt warlords. He published a weekly magazine called Xiangjiang Review, which made him popular among the public. After Sun Yat-sen's death, Chiang Kai-shek became the leader of the Kuomintang. In 1927, Chiang broke ties with the communists and started killing them. This event, known as the Shanghai Massacre, killed at least 5,000 communists. China entered a civil war that lasted nearly 20 years. Mao formed the Red Army, but his forces were defeated, forcing him to retreat. In October 1934, Mao began the historic Long March, traveling about 10,000 kilometers with nearly 100,000 revolutionaries. Only about 8,000 survived by the end of the march in 1936. Despite heavy losses, Mao gained massive public support and emerged as the undisputed leader of the CCP. In 1937, Japan invaded China, forcing Chiang Kai-shek to flee Nanjing. The communists and nationalists temporarily united to fight Japan. After Japan's surrender in World War II, civil war resumed. By 1949, communists controlled most of China. On the 1st of October 1949, Mao declared the People's Republic of China. Chiang Kai-shek fled to Taiwan and formed the Republic of China. Mao introduced radical reforms. Land was taken from landlords and given to peasants. About 800,000 elites were executed. Campaigns like 3 anti and 5 anti targeted capitalists. In 1958, Mao launched the Great Leap Forward, aiming to turn China into an industrial society within 5 years. People were forced into communes, farming was destroyed, and steel production failed. From 1959 to 1961, massive famine occurred. Around 48 million people died. This period is called the Great Chinese Famine. After losing power, Mao launched the Cultural Revolution in 1966, using youth groups called Red Guards. They destroyed old culture, tortured intellectuals, and killed opponents. Leaders like Liu Shaoqi died in prison, and Deng Xiaoping was sent to work in a factory. In 1969, Mao ended the Cultural Revolution and regained control. By the 1970s, Mao's health deteriorated due to age and heavy smoking. Despite this, he continued ruling with help from his wife Jiang Qin and the Gang of Four. In 1976, after 2 major heart attacks, Mao Zedong died on the 9th of September at age 82. After his death, Deng Xiaoping took power and imprisoned Mao's wife and supporters.